Hello everyone, my name is Joshua. This is the 150th video on my video journal series. Today's day is Wednesday, the 8th of July 2026. How's everyone been? I've been pretty good, thank you. And yes, I'm back in the shack for the third consecutive night in a row. That's because my brother's currently occupying the garage up until next week, and he plans on staying in the garage daily up until around 10:30 or 11, but obviously that's way too late to record these videos. So yeah, I do apologize. It is a situation sort of out of my hands, but this will have to make do, and hopefully by next week I'll reclaim the couch for a few more months. But anyway, today I went by a thrift store and I actually bought two DVDs for $2 each, so $4 in total. And you'll be surprised how much DVDs and Blu-rays that people chuck out and or give away. And there was like plenty of more DVDs I could have gotten, but mind you, they're all untested. Some of them had scratches, but the one I picked up, one of them is actually sealed. The other one is in pretty good condition. But yeah, the two movies in question, I'm a little bit embarrassed by. One of them is this one. Dude, Where Is My Car? The classic 2000 comedy movie. And Team America, World Police. Now, this is a very good movie. This was the movie I originally wanted to get. Then I spotted this one. And the reason why I got this one is because it's still in its original shrink wrapping. In fact, it's even got the old Maya sticker from when Maya used to sell DVDs. Yeah, this thing is ancient. And this thing has been sealed for like over 20 years. It's closer to like 24 years because this is copyright 2002. But yeah, I haven't opened this up yet. I'm assuming the disc is in pretty good shape, assuming there is no disc rot inside. And this, I've heard about this movie, right? It's one of those like teenage movies, it's a little bit inappropriate, but it's got the MA15 logo over it. I can watch it. And I know it's on like Disney Plus as well. So, Disney, Mickey Mouse and all that. Not so much. Anyway, and obviously, I will give a movie review of this once I've opened up the shrink wrapping and I've actually given it a watch. But anyway, and then we've got Team America World Police. Now, I actually had a look at the disc, and it's in pretty good shape. There we are. You can see a reflection of me. Hello. I've never seen anyone so surprised to see their own reflection, Like, look at that. Look how clean the disc is, and that's a little bit trippy, You can see me in the reflection, and you can see my tripod as well. But anyway, yeah, the disc, as you can tell, is in pretty good shape, and I don't want to play with the disc for any longer, just in case it gets some like extra scratches on there. But yeah, pretty much in brand new condition for $2. And now everyone's starting to collect physical media and all that. And my suggestion is, if you're collecting physical media, like Blu-rays, DVDs, CDs, and all that, go to your local thrift store. They have them for dirt cheap because they don't know what they're selling, right? And they're usually just all around like the same price. In fact, you can buy like DVD box sets for like $5, and they usually go for like way more, You can buy entire seasons of shows for like, basically your lunch money. And yeah, it's just absolutely insane. Obviously, they're in untested condition. Some of them can be in really rough shape. But all the DVDs I've bought at thrift stores have like worked. I never really had any issues. But if you're buying it for like $2 per disc, you can't really go wrong. If it doesn't work, then you only spend like $2. Who cares? But I always like going to thrift stores. I like going into thrift stores sort of outside where I live, to like big suburbs and all that, because they often have like the best stuff. Where I live, you pretty much get like scraps, but if you go out, you actually find like some really good like bargains there, you know, like treasure, if you will. I found like a suit. I've told this story before, but I found a brand new suit that retailed for $500 and they're selling it for $50. All right, there was nothing wrong with it, never been worn, it's still with tags and all that, and I still have that suit and I've worn it. It's like a black Peter Jackson suit, and obviously that was a suit that introduced me to Peter Jackson. So if I ever go to buy a new suit again, I'm like, hey, if I need to buy a brand new suit, it'll be Peter Jackson. Obviously, I'm not endorsed by Peter Jackson whatsoever. I just find their suits to be good from personal experience. But yeah, I'm very excited that I have these DVDs. The last time I bought DVDs at a thrift store, it might have just been one DVD from what I remember. I think it was South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And that was like around $2 as well. And in fact, I should have brought that South Park DVD with me for this video because it actually had a slip of paper inside with printed sheet lyrics for some of the songs in the film that someone, assuming a South Park fan, printed it out off the internet and it had like a date on that sheet and it was like from 2008 or 2009. And to me, that was a time capsule because it had like a website link, so someone obviously downloaded a website document or whatever, just for like, you know, lyrics to a song, or I think it was two songs from that film, and you know, they put it in the DVD case, and I was like, wow, this is like a, you know, a time capsule. It's like, you know, someone really loved this movie that they printed out lyrics so then they can sing along to it whilst they're watching the movie, which, you know, I assumed is what, you know, could have been the case. Who knows? But yeah, I'll grab that DVD for like a future video because I really want to show you that. Maybe when I do a movie review, I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, that was my haul for today. Yet again, I do like going to thrift stores quite frequently, so you can expect more, I guess, thrift store finds on this channel. Yet again, it's supposed to be an archive of my life, and sometimes I find pretty amazing things at thrift stores. I remember, just like a little side note, I remember before COVID, going to thrift stores, and you used to find amazing stuff. You know, you used to find, obviously nowadays you still find like pretty good stuff, but before COVID, you know, 2019, even like early 2020, before all the lockdowns and all that, you used to find a whole lot of like, you know, good stuff at thrift stores. You know, I used to find a lot of stuff that I actually liked, like pop culture t-shirts, you know, video games. I haven't seen any video games at any thrift stores nowadays. I used to remember, you used to spot like some PS2 games here and there, but now whenever I go inside a thrift store, you know, you know, it's rare that I even have like vinyl records or anything like that anymore. They still have a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays, which is good, but yet again, I feel like a lot more people now are going to thrift stores and buying up all that stock, so who knows. And I guess like it's only now where people are starting to realize the importance of physical media and actually like starting to you know, hoard their Blu-rays and DVDs and buy them from thrift stores. But yeah, in 2019, 2020, can anyone back me up? Like, you used to find just a whole lot, I guess, you used to find a more diverse collection of things within thrift stores, you know? Like I said, you used to find like pop culture t-shirts, like Simpsons t-shirts and all that. I certainly did. And I don't know, you just like, you found a lot of like niche, but like very valuable stuff, at least on a sentimental level, you know? And it used to be like dirt cheap as well. But now thrift stores, I guess like during COVID and all that, people obviously indoors, so they couldn't really go out and donate their clothes, but they started selling online as well. People discovered, oh, I could just sell my old crap on eBay. And people were like obviously into collectibles during that period because everyone wants a piece of nostalgia and people were locked indoors. And I'm like, all right, well, I just want to buy my favorite childhood t-shirt so I can ignore everything that's happening around the world. You know, so that had certainly something to do with it. Um, and obviously now all the lockdowns have been, well, lifted. We've all gone back to some form of normalcy, at least within today's world. You know, you might not have to worry about COVID, but we have to worry about a whole lot of things now. But anyway, um, thrift stores is one of them. I nearly said convenience. I'm talking about thrift stores. Yeah, because now with thrift stores, everything is obviously a little bit more expensive because inflation and all that. But like some thrift stores are charging a lot of money for even like just simple clothes now. I've certainly seen it, like jackets and all that. They used to be like, um, just for like pennies, right? But now, they think they can charge like higher prices and all that. And I've certainly seen a lot more people in thrift stores now. I remember going with my dad in like late 2019, early 2020, and we were the only ones inside. But now there's like a whole lot of people inside. Like at least five or you know six other people. In fact, when I went in today, there was like a few people inside. I was like, damn, like this is the busiest I've seen a thrift store in a while. Um, and I've been to like thrift stores all over the city, and obviously, if you go to a place like Newtown, right? I used to go to Newtown a lot, and all the thrift stores inside of not inside, but like along King Street, and um, yeah, it's just all gotten very expensive now. I feel like you can't really find any bargains there. But if you go in like the outer suburbs and all that, I guess you can find like some worthwhile stuff. Just like I guess in the average high street, you're not really likely to find a bargain there anymore. But yeah, that's certainly something I've noticed, and I feel like people can resonate with me that I guess ever since the COVID-19 pandemic, fact there's really hasn't been much diversity within thrift stores now. It's pretty much just all like ladies' clothes. I'm not even kidding you. Like the ladies' clothes section is like three times bigger than the men's clothes section. All right, because obviously, it's oh come on, it's pretty much the stereotype that women, you know, have a higher turnover rate of clothes than men. All right, I'm sorry. Go into your local thrift store, see how much women's clothes they have compared to men's clothes. All right, you will see a very big difference. Um, and it's mostly just like casual shirts and all that. Like shirts you can easily get from like Uniqlo or Connor or one of those like fashion stores. You don't really find like those like niche items of clothing anymore. Or like old clothes, really. Like all the clothes I've seen are pretty much from like 20 years ago. You really spot nothing like quote unquote retro anymore. At least it's like very rare. Um, but yeah, so I guess that's just the changing nature of thrift stores. I pretty much go to thrift stores to buy jackets. They have a very good selection of suits, surprisingly, because people love to throw away like new suits and all that. So, within the suits department, it's still pretty solid. Obviously, t-shirts, clothes, jeans, it's okay. But yet, they're still pretty good with DVDs. Uh, a small selection of Blu-ray, but mostly DVDs. Yeah, you can find like yet again like blockbuster, movies on DVD. I'm not talking about the rental video chain blockbuster. I'm talking about big movies on DVD for like a few bucks. All right, and I always recommend to inspect the discs before buying. Just take the discs to the front counter and just say, hey, can I just look at the condition or whatever? If a disc has like too many scratches, then it's your risk if you want to buy it. But I guess it's more likely to not work. But if the disc looks brand new, then I'll say take that risk. If it's like $2 or whatever, um, you know, especially if it's like for a rare movie or I guess like a niche movie or television series or whatever. You'll never know what bargain you might find at a thrift store. I've heard all these like crazy thrift store finds over the years, especially in America. You know, like someone finds the Declaration of Independence in a thrift store. In fact, I actually believe that was a true story. I heard years and years ago, someone found a copy of the Declaration of Independence at a thrift store. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if someone just finds like a stack of gold in a thrift store and someone thought it was plastic or whatever. You know, that sounds stupid, but yet again, you never know what you can find at a thrift store unless you go. And yeah, there's always one in like every town. And the good thing about thrift stores is that obviously people are constantly giving stuff away. So you get new stock every week. And, there's no harm in just spending, 20 minutes going inside a thrift store looking through the racks of like clothes and jackets and DVDs and all that. And, just like peeping in at least once a week and you'll find a good deal. Yet again, though, I can't wait till I watch these movies. I'll be most likely giving a review. And looks like the one thing I miss about, before I end this, the one thing I miss about DVDs and all that is the amount of special features they put. You know, you don't really get this on Blu-ray or streaming. With this Team America DVD, you get all these special features like theatrical trailers, animated storyboards, puppet tests, all these behind the scenes footage. They really packed a lot into these DVD releases, not just Team America, but a bunch of other DVDs. The South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut DVD, however, that's infamous because that doesn't have a whole lot of special features. It only had like a trailer and, just like some bonus subtitle options. And I remember that was like a main criticism. I say I remember like I was around back then, but I've heard online those were some of the major criticisms of that DVD. But yet again, that seems a lot more than what you're getting now with a Blu-ray or streaming. If you use streaming, you get no access to special features and all that. It's good if you just want to watch a movie, but with DVD, they really spoiled you with the amount of features. Take a look at Dude, Where Is My Car? Special features. Let's look at them. Director's commentary, extended scenes, theatrical trailer, TV spots. They even give you a music video as a part of a. Hopefully, obviously, the resolution is pretty crap on this, camera because obviously my smartphone has a rear and end view camera. Obviously, since I'm recording this using the other side of my phone. The quality is quite crap, but take my word for it. Yeah, they give you a lot of special features on this DVD. I got other DVDs such as Rush Hour 2 that had a bunch of bonus features as well. Everyone knows the Shrek DVD. I don't have it in my possession, unfortunately, but the Shrek 2 DVD, the DVD menus. Yes, the DVD menus, special features. The Shrek 2 DVD was pretty much like a whole universe, just like, a game inside of a disc. I think it came with like one of those like simple DVD player games, where it's like an interactive sort of thing. But they really pushed the boundaries of this technology, and they really gave you a lot. Nowadays, even when you go and buy Blu-ray, it's more of a, I guess what would you call it? It's more of like a special thing that they added all these extra features. But when you bought a DVD back in the 2000s and early 2010s, it was the norm that they gave you special features and all that, and I wouldn't call DVD obsolete because a lot of DVDs, like movies, they have special features which I found nowhere else on any other official home media release. Certainly not on VHS. Maybe not on Blu-ray. Most of the time not on Blu-ray. 4K Ultra 4K Ultra, what do you call it? Discs. I doubt. and it's really just DVD. That's why I like to keep my DVDs, and often I'll look at which DVD version to get because the special features differ between versions and all that. I remember doing that for Rush Hour 2 because I really wanted all the special features. And yeah, it's just, the last Blu-ray that I bought that had um, like special features was Project A on Blu-ray, which is like this 80s anime film. Uh, the last Blu-ray that I bought, it might have been it might have been Jackass. Sorry, it might have been Jackass as my last Blu-ray, and that obviously came with special features and all that. But I remember Project A on Blu-ray that came with a few special features. Inuyasha though, Inuyasha first. Sorry, I'm talking about all the anime. I'm talking about the all the anime Blu-ray release. I have set 1 and set 2 as of right now. They don't have any special features, or at least like just a very, I guess, small selection of bonus things that they have on the disc. I think one of the discs have like a director's commentary, but yet again though, like from all the Blu-rays that I've been buying as of late, they have like barely any special features, or bonus material. And now I know this is a quite a long rant. I initially talked about thrift stores, but now I'm talking about Blu-rays and the lack of special features. But I feel like it's more of a reason why you should go to your local thrift store and buy up DVDs for preservation purposes, obviously. And the fact that DVDs will never be obsolete because they'll always be useful. Sure, they don't have as great of picture and sound quality as Blu-ray or other formats, but they do pack a lot, especially for its time, And yet again, you can find a lot of great stuff at thrift stores, and certainly I'll be finding a lot more things at thrift stores to show to you. But anyway, that's enough of me talking, and I guess I'll catch you all next time. Bye, see you, take care. Catch you all tomorrow.